We had that conversation simply because I don't want you to see me as a failure. I don't want you to stop loving me. I want you to stick around. Ngiyakuthanda nabo, umuntu wami, and I don't want to lose you. But I'm not that person.
I wouldn't advise somebody who's still in that development path for themselves to get into a relationship because it gets chaotic and hope gets lost. When a man does not have money, a man is not a nice place to be around.
How is it that it took you 1 year and a couple of months to show me that side of you? Welcome to Unpacking Mjolo with Sis Riri. My name is Sis Riri, and I am with Uncle Bhubs.
Yeah, Uncle Bhubs on this side. Welcome to it. This is the official first episode of Unpacking Mjolo with Sis Riri and Uncle Bhubs. Thank you, please. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, Unpacking Mjolo, such a heavy topic, but we're here, and I can't help but notice. Smells so good. Smell something. Smell a man. I smell a man.
Ngati himi, and I have to thank Classic Sense RSA. Fragrances are beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm actually
like
very
a girl,
because of this particular thing that we are here to do today and announce to the world, Unpacking Mjolo. I thought I should dress like a grootman, and the scent is actually called grootman. Legit. They're local, and it's beautiful.
That's dope.
You're making me talk too much now. Yeah. We want to touch on a topic that is hardly ever spoken about.
And the question for the day is love really enough?
Are they ready for this one?
I felt it.
You felt it, right?
Yeah.
Is love enough?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's get into it.
How was your day? Let's start there.
My day was pretty chill. We had long nights.
Yes.
Putting this together. We went through the whole process and here we are today. And for me, you know, when you're sleeping, but you're not sleeping, like your body's like, dude, I'm going to give you enough rest, but your mind is still working on the fact that you've got this big thing that, you know, we've been working on for years in our different spaces, in our different timings. And I couldn't sleep, right?
Yeah.
So insomniac. My mind was doing a thing. And then, you know, dressed up and said, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling good. My day was good.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. And yours?
My day was a hectic day. I had therapy just before I could come here.
Okay.
So I had therapy and my therapist is very direct about a lot of things. And she just put me off in a way because there was a bit of discouraging conversation in what we were discussing. We discussed the podcast, we discussed me in general, life, and. And she said, are you in a good space to do this? And I said, there's never going to be a time where I'm going to fully say I'm in a good space. Yeah. And if I don't do this now, then when will I do it? Yeah. So, yeah, I had a painful couple of hours before I got here. But look at me.
Yeah, like, look at you.
I think what matters the most is I'm here and we are doing this. Yeah, and the reason why I have this therapist or started attending the sessions is because of what we're going to discuss.
100%. Yeah. Yo, and that's crazy, man. Like, you caught me off guard. And with that, I say, welcome to the first episode once more. I got to ask you a question, though.
Yeah.
Is love enough? And that's why we're here. Sure. Is love enough? I know it's us starting strong, right? A little bit strong, but it's a very real question.
Yeah.
You know, and I wanted to talk about that. You know, is love enough?
No, it's not.
Why do you say that?
I say that because you can love someone until the reality of things starts kicking in, and is the love going to suffice when you have to now face it and deal with life? So no, love is not enough. If anything, I've left someone because I felt like they were not ambitious enough for me. And I love that person so much. Like I never had a day where I imagined doing this life thing without that person. But I had to sit back and think, where am I going with all of this? Where am I going with this individual? Am I at any point in my life going to get to a place where I say we've made it or we are making it? Not just as a couple, we can make it as a couple. The relationship can flourish. When you see us, we're beautiful, we're happy, we're in love. But as an individual or as individuals in the relationship, I'm not there because you're not there with me. We're not on the same level. The level of thinking is not aligned. You don't want bigger and better things for yourself, but that doesn't mean you don't love me, does it? So love doesn't pay the bills.
I was about to say that you can't eat love.
Exactly.
You definitely can't. You can't eat love. Yo, I think you started quite strong on that one because I also feel the same. But before I speak on the ambition, I had friends of mine that would always be on some. When you find somebody, you got to find somebody that's on an equal wavelength as you, because there's a lot of room for imbalances in the relationship, where ambitions are concerned and where your goals are concerned, where your peace is concerned. And if there's an imbalance in this is more love than it is the other real stuff that you have to deal with in between, we can't just hash out every disagreement or every sharing of perspective through just saying, I love you. And that's my reason why we're here.
Yeah.
And now starts with the codependency element of things starting to become a very overwhelming subject. And then this is actually making me tremble a little bit because I'm thinking about it and saying, love is definitely not enough. There's a lot to it. There's so much. It's multifaceted, And when codependency starts kicking in, I actually made a video about this to say, one will check out, right?
Exactly.
Because you feel like it's a lot of baggage. The other can't live without.
Funny enough, I was watching that video just 2 days ago, I think.
You feel me? And now one can't live without, because for some reason you're like a crutch for them, But what if the crutch breaks, bro? Am I going to say, okay, because I'm resilient in how ambitious I am, that I'm going to put that in this element of our love to create a path of highest resistance? Now I'm being resilient within this space for the sake or in the name of love.
Yeah.
Or am I just going to check out? And checking out is not easy.
It's not.
Because I love you too. I really love you too.
Exactly.
But we're not meeting somewhere. And this somewhere is way back in the way back. It's in my formulation. It's in my who I feel like I need to be in this life. Damn. It's not enough.
It's not.
It's not enough.
But, you find people who think it is. Mm-hmm. I wonder, how do they do it? Like, how?
I mean, let's take it back to our folks, right? With our folks in a household where you got two parents, maybe in my era, I call myself a calendar baby because I'm like 30. so I'm like, I think about it. I've seen a lot of breakups, makeups between these two people who eventually split up. And for a long time, and in my development years where I'm supposed to be seeing what love is supposed to look like between a man and a woman. And I'm looking at other families where the household is intact. Baba no mama are together. And you see there's a different way these people move, even in how their children develop self-awareness and self-value, to say, if I'm going to grow up and become somebody when I'm an adult, I'm not going to surround myself with a person that does 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because I've analyzed how my dad treats my mom and my mom responding to that treatment. Now, the absence of that creates relationships where we value ourselves a lot more and we create this perception of what our partner should look like.
Exactly.
What they should do, how they should be, and all of that stuff. Because we don't have that compass. We don't have that guide. It's not solid. It is, moms is in and out of relationships. Sometimes mom is completely out of the dating zone. And and now she's a different person. It's very confusing because you need to emulate something. And I'm speaking from a gent's perspective.
Yeah.
And to your question, when you say which people actually make it work in that sense where love is enough for some people, I feel like it's the ones that grew up and were able to emulate something, and for some reason the universe conspired on their favor, and they found a soulmate and they ran with it because they saw what commitment looks like from young. You know what I mean? They understood that commitment, they would be a disagreement, but they wouldn't shout in front of us. They'd move elsewhere. They'd have a family meeting. No files, no nothing, no, just us talking. And eventually they develop that thing to say we can both be on the same tip, my partner and I. That's why it's so easy to love you. You know those terms? It's so easy to love you. It's so easy for me to be in my soft girl element. It's so easy for me as a guy to be soft as well. You know? And I feel like it starts from young. Yeah. I think those people win. They catch the biggest W's, in my opinion.
So one of the conversations I had with my therapist, I think this was on our first session, she was telling me that I need to learn to love myself, right? And she was saying it because at some point I was in a relationship where I would tolerate a lot of things. And I'm going to say tolerate because when I sit down and I think about it, it's like, how the hell did you allow that to happen? Why did you stay even after it happened? And she straight up told me that you don't love yourself. It's Tande, learn to love yourself. And one of the things that makes me mention this is because you're talking about our parents, right? I was raised by a single mom, and in me being raised by a single mom, she loved me, or she loves me, yes, right? I'd like to believe she does. And at some point in my upbringing, there was a separation between myself and her. And this is now a girl who's separated from her mother, who has never really had a relationship with her father, and is just navigating this life thing. So in everything, I think most of the love that I got was from strangers, I would build so many relationships outside so that I can survive. I survived on strangers' love. And it got to a point where now I'm dating. I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
I will fall in love and I will depend so much on that person's love for me to maintain my sanity. It depended so much on having that person say, I love you, that meant so much for me because I never really got that. I never had the opportunity to hear it from my own rents. So if a guy says to me, you know what, I love you and I'm willing to do this life thing with you, it was, let's go, let's do it. And I tolerated a lot because of that, the fact that he would do it and then come back and say, I love you. At the end of the day, what matters is he still loves me and we're still together.
You put that at the top of everything.
He still loves me, so it's fine. I'll forgive him. And she told me, no, that's not love. That person doesn't love you, but the idea of having you around.
The idea of loving you.
Yes.
Hey.
So it was really tough, but I think it made me realize a lot of things. You need to first start with loving yourself before you can love the next person. You need to first start with understanding what love is and understanding that it's not wrong for you to say how you want to be loved. And in everything, once you get that understanding, I think it makes more sense for you to say, okay, fine. If I'm going to date, I'm not going to date Bohlali because he has a good heart and he tells me he loves me all the time, but I'm going to date him because we at the same level, we love each other at the same level. We meet each other where we should be meeting each other. If we have to sit down and have a conversation about how I don't like how he spoke to me, intellectually he'll understand. He'll move into the same space, We're going to have an open discussion around it, and it's not going to be a matter of, okay, and then we dismiss it because he doesn't understand or his level of thinking is below mine. It becomes easier when you have to have conversation about, I want to study, and your partner can fully support the fact that you want to study because they understand that before you are the girlfriend or the wife, you are an individual. So love is not always enough, but it's a necessity. So you have to be in love, but let's be in love with the right people who meet us at a certain level. Yeah.
Yo.
Kuningi, bro.
Kuningi, mfethu. Hey.
It's a lot.
And
Mara, like, you know that feeling.
it's good. It's sensational. You know, when somebody says they love you and it doesn't come from a forced space. You know, when somebody can choose to be silent in their day, because it happens, you know. And, you know, before I get to that point, you mentioned something that alludes to what I wanted to say. For me, it becomes like a system that requires, it's a body. Love is a body that requires certain functions to work together. I am me before we are we, before there's us. You know, there are certain things that trigger me. There are certain things that bring me so much joy. And for me to share this with you is absolutely an amazing feeling. In the absence of that, I can't, because I've created the space for us in this relationship, we are pushing this thing together. I can only share this with you. For some reason, we do that. Like there are parts of me I just want to share. They belong to you. You know, you are my information bank. You are my, not just for venting, because venting tends to be a little bit negative, but I can be happy here and it's protected. It's a sacred space, right? But this is an ongoing project. It's an ongoing process. You can't now you can't decide to all of a sudden stop caring about how something makes me feel, right? It has to be ongoing. And anywhere in between where something breaks in the relationship, where the consistency is not followed, when the consistency is not followed, now things start to turn a little bit pear-shaped. In that, and all these facets, they need to operate together. You know, if I'm going to school, like what you mentioned, if I'm going to school and I'm ambitious about it, you know, I don't know if it's fair. There was a point in my life where I thought it was unfair to put it on somebody to be my accountability partner, in the sense that because we're on the same tip, we know that we have to follow through with the things that are going on in our lives. We literally have to follow through. Yeah. So if you're going to put an idea in my head and say, I'm going to school, then you must start. Start. I need XYZ, then you must start, right? You can't halfway during the thing or whenever yourself first, because it's you first, is challenged during the course of you wanting to start this thing. Decide to quit, decide to delay, decide to, you know, or decide to wait. You can't do that, you know. You have to follow through because it's an idea, and as your partner, I need to support this. I need to support it. It's an obligation that I have, right? But if there's no follow through, then I can't have faith that you will push with us. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I can't have faith in the sense that you can resonate with my wins without feeling like you haven't done enough. Yeah, you understand? And as much as I love you, I also expect you to understand that, Michomi, I love you. But if you're going to put an idea in my head, I make it mine as well. And I need to see you win. Ne? Call it me being, for lack of a better word, not even, like, just call it what it is. Ngumuntu wakho, I want you to win. And if you're going to put the idea in my head, let's go with it. Let's go with it. It's not enough. Love is simply not enough. But it just plays such an integral role in us doing this thing. It's because sharp now. Yeah. But now, sharp, are you gonna stay until when? Like, for example, I haven't started. And it's not the first thing that I'm not starting. There's so many things that I'm just, I just keep giving you an idea that I want to do this and I'm going to do this and I don't follow through. And it becomes a pattern, but I'm doing it so that you can stick around. And then what? That is the danger. No, but on the rule, that's dangerous. Exactly. That is dangerous. Because now comes a time where you're like, you know what, Riri, you're not doing anything with your life and it's starting to bother me. And it's resentment. That's where the resentment is just like... Yeah. And I say to you, hey, listen, I'm going to school. Like, I
registered and everything. And next year, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
Come next year, I don't do it.
Mm.
But at that moment when we had the conversation, it fixed a lot of problems in our relationship.
Yes.
Because now we were not seeing eye to eye because I'm not doing anything with my life. But the moment I said, I'm going back to school, we were grand. Like we were just, the happiest. And come January, I don't go to school. I give you an excuse. You try to assist me, but I don't want to. I basically don't want to. Then we had that conversation simply because I don't want you to see me as a failure. I don't want you to stop loving me. I want you to stick around. And I don't want to lose you. But I'm not that person.
Kodwa mfethu ungangifaki leyo idea.
Kodwa wena angeke the way you should or the way I would like for you to love me if I don't give you that idea.
That's where
I want to make it.
But now that's where the real conversation has to start forming in the relationship. We need to sit down and address the fact that that's how you feel. You feel like you're telling me these things for what I do for you in this love, right? You're keeping me here because, yes, you see ambition here. So ambition met with ambition means that he's still going to be interested and sisazo push. Ufike isikhathi because time will catch up and then you don't do anything about it. What's the next excuse there? What's the next thing you're going to hold me with? You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to it for you. I'm asking you, are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Like how do you feel about it? Oh yeah, I actually got you this, And then eventually you don't do it. It's going to break my heart. Because in between all of that, there was not one moment where you mentioned to me to say, I'm actually feeling some type of way about it right now. I've got cold feet. Gasaba. Nakona, did I choose the right thing? Is it too late to change? What if I start with this rather? Tell me what's happening in your mind, because your mind is a real place. Your soul is connected to that. I feel like I've gotten to a point, Mina, in my life personally, that I've gotten to a point that I can understand what a person is going through in that moment, only if that person gives me the information. If I don't have the information, my love feels compromised. You know what I mean? Tell me these things. I'm not going to be happy, yes, because you want to quit. You know what I mean? But I have to go back. I have to probe you, Mina. I need to probe you and say, mhlampe lento yakho ukuthi ubambe uyeke. Yaqalaphi? Wayibonaphi kuqala? Was it because of a lack of support usakhula? You know? Was it because every time ukhuluma about your dreams, bebangawuthathi serious? Because it really is your close ones, right? It's the ones that are the closest to you that can either make or break your next decision. But you need to be, your spinal cord must be like this and your head has to be hard to say, I'm not going to let that get through to me. Ne? That negativity, no. I'm just going to go with support. Back to your point. Strangers felt familiar for you, but your familiars probably acted strange. That's why you started, not, let me emulate these people because they fit into the ideal that I am about, that I have chosen to live with him. Yabo? So I feel like, if my partner was to just decide, and the worst part, day before or week before, is Antoine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk to me, because I'm not going to take those things for blapakeles. Maybe I have at some point, because I picked up once or twice that you've got a tendency to do certain things or say things and not follow through. And now you expect me to believe in you. And the first thing that you say to me, hey, so I want to do. And the minute you say it, I just go, nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
Maybe not physically, verbally. I just check out. That's not nice.
Yeah, it's not.
It really isn't. So much for you, what are the facets of love that will complete it, if I may ask?
Before we go there, right? I wanna just say the point that I just made about people who continuously back out and continuously make promises just to keep the relationship.
Yeah, sorry.
I think it's mostly because girls, or my gender rather.
Okay.
God, I'm so sorry.
I hope they don't come for you.
Tell the truth about us.
But you was part to jelalo.
You. So we have this thing of I want a man who's at this level. I want a man who has this, and I'm not settling, right? But we are very unfair because how is it that you want somebody at that level when you are not at it or you're not planning to get to that level? You see?
Gents,
Guys, wait a
Gents,
second.
a moment of silence, gents. They took accountability. For the first time in years, accountability was taken. Here lays accountability.
Ladies,
Sure.
I didn't mean it like that.
Okay.
We're still together.
Okay.
So, I'm saying it because of that, because I don't know why we do that. It's in our nature, apparently. We were not raised that way. I refuse to believe that every woman was raised that way. And I'm a 2K, as much as we don't see eye to eye in Disney. My 2K have changed the narrative. I think they
Absolutely.
they fetching their lives, So the problem is us. Yeah, I think the 90s it's so embarrassing. But let's sit down and have a conversation if we're going to start a relationship, and let's talk about, okay, fine. Ideally, I would want for you to be at this level, but I'm also working on getting myself to that level, or I already am. And from there, we can then have a discussion about growing beyond that.
Of course.
Because we can't remain at a certain level forever. It's whack, boring.
Yeah.
Like, I need something challenging in my life. I need, there must be movement. So love is not enough. Never. I refuse to believe
It isn't.
Love doesn't have those type of conversations. It doesn't.
It doesn't. Love is so afraid of those conversations. Love will run from those conversations.
Love is me saying, Mautini, like, do something with your life.
Yo.
That's why you're telling me that.
Hey.
No, so tando munye.
Hey. Don't do that. Don't do that now.
Why?
Don't do that now.
Why? Just
Ngavusa
because...
manxeba, please. But that's everyone. That's most people. I don't want to say everyone, but that's most people's dynamic. The conversation is not being had, and shout out to the 2Ks for holding it down. You're absolutely right. They are fetching their lives. I will not do it out of the sake of conformity. To say a relationship must be like this.
Must be.
If it's not ticking the boxes, it's probably because I never asked the right questions, or even when I did, they were met with somebody that was avoidant. They avoided them. To a certain extent, I'm going to start doing these interviews where I ask you these questions, sir or ma'am. I love you, right? But I need to know that I've got a rider. I need to know that I've got that person. You should be her and you should be him, right? But if you're not him for yourself, then where's the love for you? Back to your therapist's point. You don't love yourself.
Don't love yourself.
Right? You're holding on to somebody as a crutch. And because this thing is multifaceted. I'll take it from 2 dimensions. The partner that is established in whoever they are, whatever they've brought into this world, and brought into fruition into their lives. And acted on those things, and is a doer, is a manufacturer of everything that they ever thought materialized through work. Versus somebody that says, I still want to do 1, 2, and 3. I've been thinking about it for a few years. And I think I'm going to start, right? It's exciting because the established will be like, yo, that's actually incredible that you want to do that. But now this person that you're saying this to is expecting. It's an unspoken expectation.
Yeah.
Right? You have to do it for you. Remember, it's not about me.
Not about me.
Right? What do you think I should do to get you there? No. Just, I just want to do it. You know what I mean? It becomes a little bit chaotic because you start seeing the established as a crutch. And now the established feels you're a little bit burdeny, for lack of a better word. Like, yabona kube bowenza uhluleka uzama. You know what I mean? Then kuba yenye topic, right? Some people want like that whole, the next time I get into a relationship, I'm getting married, right? What makes you at that point, yeah? Not discouraging the point that you are, discrediting it rather, what do you think would have changed in you to make you that material? You know what I mean? And will he match up to that in rand value or in thinking or in action? Because success is multifaceted. Impumelelo yami could be as a bricklayer growing into becoming a foreman, or growing into becoming, as I'm growing into becoming a foreman who's telling these guys to do X, Y, Z, right? I'm also studying ala masenjaning now. I wouldn't advise somebody who's still in that development path for themselves to get into a relationship, because it gets chaotic and hope gets lost. When a man does not have money, a man is not a nice place to be around. Not because uhlulekile.
Yeah.
Ukuthi when he gets into his grind, anomuntu wakhe, what stresses him is that he didn't buy her that thing. Nanoma ngayicelanga usisi, he didn't get her that thing. He didn't akalibambanga iqanda lakhe kamnandi. Yabo? Enogcina elimaza iqanda lakhe ngoba ulimele ngokwakhe. Ukuthi uyazama. Angikhulumi ngendoda emile ethi ilanga malithi he's still sitting and not doing anything. I'm talking about the guy that wakes up before the sun, rests after it, and still pretends like things are okay. And when he's not established, he becomes a little bit chaotic if he's not with the right person who might be at that same point as well. Yabo? Kipa masenti, sekayenzi architecture umfethu. Makashayi architecture, manje usisi ukhona. Usisi naye khona into ayiqalile. Mhlawumbe uthe yazini ngoba mina ngifuna ukungena ku retail mhlawumbe. Thengisa dayisa amasweet bayadayisela. Imali yangena, dayisa uyigwinya, khulunywa ama-ideas, yazi bengithengisa, I saw that they actually like this, I want to start making.
Yeah.
She's manufacturing the next level, from ukudayisa smoothies.
Yes.
They are both on the same level, to your point. Ne? Those people will have the highest tolerance and the highest resistance in their relationship because nothing is going to faze them that is outward, because they know what they're doing with what they have now. But in a scenario with an established, where my money is, I've got it, your ambition has no space here if you don't follow through with it. It literally doesn't. Uzongbora quickly. You understand?
Yeah.
And I'm going to start expecting certain things from you.
Yes.
And you, without me saying, you're going to start feeling like, I think he wants something, you know, and I'm not quite. I thought you were going to tell me about your next thing. No, you don't deserve that information. What do you want? To idolize me? It becomes like that. Because now you're tapping into a person that clearly, absolutely loves you.
Yeah.
But again, I said it's multifaceted. And I know I'm going there. But
Cook, please.
There's also that level of akona machita. Ayibonela intombi. And they say, Sinqanda mathe, me, I'm going to take you. I don't want you to lift a finger. There are those as well.
Yeah.
I'd never want you to lift a finger. Ogwako. Spend my money. You know what I mean? Hlala, wenze inini. But I also feel like those gens, they also gauge something in that person that they're saying, spend my money. You get me? They gauge security. They might not say it because they are providing the security. Ngokunika 10,000, usebenzisa 1 or 2. Ne? Ubeka 8. Yabo? Uthatha ukulo 8 uthatha 2 mhlambe uyayihlanganisela wena izinto or uthenga izinto zasedladleni whatever. Mara kunesincane usibambile la. Uthi mhlambe ngizoyenza lokhu. Ngizomtshela ngakho, but once it's done, but you're putting something away. And then chiki you surprise the dude and you say, "Hi, Sandozam, come outside. This is what I got you." Gemali yakho. Yeah. You understand? Umuntu ozowakha ngaleyo ndlela nakhona. It's multifaceted because the grounds of engagement were established from inception. So I want you to be mine. You don't have to lift a finger. It's there. The T's and C's out in the open.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
But I feel like men are still looking.
Yeah, there's still that expectation, Vel.
We are still looking. You are still watching what's happening with this individual. At some point, uzomithela, mniki ingane, khulisa ingane, kube kuhle, kube nananana. But nakhona he's still watching. What's happening? The kids are developing. The kids are growing. They look absolutely beautiful. They speak well. Haibo, baby, Nini, Ganjan, Manje. You know, she's doing something.
Something.
Ne? But it's also for that woman to feel acknowledged for that contribution, because it is a contribution.
It really is.
Yeah, boy, don't. I just feel like we're so worldly about it instead of being earthy about it, where it can just be the simple things. Let's talk about it. Let all the cards be laid on the table. I'm not where I want to be right now, but I want to be with you. You have a choice to say no. Absolutely choose yourself. He ticks all the boxes. The package is amazing. Ne? But he's got this thing that makes him a certain person,
Yeah.
a certain Hulk that could destroy this, because he talks differently now. When he's upset and things didn't go well, he becomes this person. You won't always have the strength to become who's that lady that calms the Hulk down? Scarlet or something.
Okay.
Marvel stuff. Sorry, I became a Marvel guy for 2 seconds. It's actually no more bad.
Yeah.
Yabo.
Okay.
Kuningi mfethu kumjolo mfethu. Sanpheka lana. Sanpheka. Eh?
Yes, sis.
So now,
It's a lot.
self-love.
Yes, very important.
Self-love is the first thing.
But now, at what point do we have that conversation? Because, okay, fine. We meet, and you tell me all the right things. You tell me you love me. And at that point, the only thing that we have that we can hold on to is the fact that you're saying that you love me, right? You love me because maybe you saw me doing something and you loved that about me. Or you love me because I'm attractive and you just felt like, she's pretty. I want to be with her. And now comes the time where you get to know me, where you get to know the real me. And at that moment, we're still not sure if it's genuinely the real me, because I'm still trying to show you the side of me that I would rather you see. I'm not yet at the point where I'm starting to show you the other side of me, the messy one, you know? So at what point do we now have the conversation around, okay, fine,
That question.
this is who I am. This is what I am. This is what my life constitutes of. And this is the direction that I'm following through with this life thing, you see? At what point are we going to ever get to a point where we sit down and we discuss this a week after we've met? Are we going to discuss it months later when the true colors start showing? And we have to sit down and we have to talk about this because we're here. I didn't know Uguti, you're an alcoholic.
Ooh.
You drink every now and then for no apparent reason. But now that I've gotten to know you, I'm starting to discover the side of you and I'm not pleased with it. However, me not being pleased doesn't mean you must change who you are because I'm not happy. But it simply means you need to reevaluate your decisions, my life.
100%.
Do you want to stop drinking? Do you want to change?
100%.
But if you don't, that's also okay. I will just have to excuse myself from the relationship. It's unfortunate that you showed me that side of you months later, and I've already wasted so much of my time. But in everything, there's probably something that I learned from you. There's probably something I'm taking from the relationship. However, I am choosing not to be part of this because of this one thing that I don't like about you. Mara, let's work on a way in which we're going to minimize the waiting period. Do you think it's possible? Because I don't like the fact that I have to be with you for 3 years for you to show me what we are shy.
Oh.
I don't have to stay in the relationship for a year and a half for you to show me that you're just a mess, dude. You're a mess. You take everything that I say to you and you come throw it right at me when you are not happy about your life. Why? Because now you mentioned something very important. In a relationship, you're my safe space. I need to be able to tell you literally everything and anything about how my day went, about how I hate a specific someone.
Yeah.
I need to be able to tell you all of that. I need to be able to tell you that, hey, these are the things that happened to me when I was a child. And I don't like those things. They hurt, you know. And there are times where I reflect and I feel off about those things. They hurt.
They
you know,
do.
they part of my life. And if I come and I tell you that, and then when you are upset about Utona Miley, for example,
Yeah.
or whatever, your car's broken, you and your cars, and you decide, Uti, like you are going to throw all of that right at me. You will drop out. Go, why? Why? And also, like, how is it that it took you 1 year and a couple of months to show me that side of you? Like, it frustrates me. Honestly, that's one of the things that frustrates me. The fact that it's okay and easy to say to someone right now that, hey, listen, I love you, just because you met them 2 days ago and they were singing on stage and she has the most beautiful voice, and I feel like I would be happy to wake up to that voice every single day. I want to make her my wife. And you take me and we start this relationship thing based on I love you, and then at a later stage I get to learn you and maybe not be happy with you. But I've loved you this whole time. And I still love you. I'm just not happy with the real you. I was happy with the idea that you planted in my head.
Of course.
But now that I'm learning you, I would rather unlearn you and go back to the day where you told me you love me and it all made sense. Yeah.
Why do I feel like saying I'm sorry? Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, but like
It's like that. It is absolutely like that. When you are 7 days deep into the free trial and you're not even, and the subscription time comes for the debit order to check out, and you're like, hey,
yeah.
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 You know what I mean? That's deep.
Can the first date be like an interview?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what must happen. Let the first date be an interview.
Yeah.
Let us scrutinize each other, but also prepare yourself as a business now. You know what I mean? It's a partnership, right?
Yeah.
So whatever your services are, your shortcomings are, your service level agreement is. Let me know all of those things.
Yeah.
But now here's the question. Well, not really a question. I got something to say. Back in the back ends, I was single, like very, very single, young, 20 something, 25-ish or so. And this hun, I told her everything about me, everything, all facets. You know, I wasn't as damaged because I actually started seeing girls when I was like 22. Right? Yeah, very late.
Funanla.
Very late. But everything happened very quickly for me.
Yeah.
I lived in dog years of my life, right? And met this hun, and I'm thinking, now, you know what? It was up. I tell her everything about me, and she said, okay. She was like, okay. You know, after some time, I get like a long WhatsApp text, long. And she knew that I preferred to read stuff than listening to people's VNs. Right. Thank God for ×2, by the way. It's not fast enough. And, you know, she sent me this text and she said, but you told me too much. Yeah, you told me too much. I don't think this is going to work. I absolutely don't. I don't think that you should put that. And what she said is that I don't think you should put that out there like that quick. You know, I feel like it was too much. Yeah, boy, don't.
Makes me wonder what you said to the poor girl.
Nah, bro.
Traumatized.
Everything. Like expectations from myself. You know?
Okay.
Not really. Obviously, the stuff that we discussed, where it concerned her and I, at the time would have been just ngami and you bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's it. Bo, sengikhuluma ngepast, sengikhuluma ukuthi kwenzakalani, and I feel like it overwhelmed her, right? But also, I wasn't very established. I wasn't in a very established state at that time, me and myself. Nakon, I don't even think it was when I was 25. I think I was about 20, 23-ish or something. 23. That for me, when a girl told me that I've told her in too much, and she's not about it, I was like, hey, this thing is dangerous. Because, I mean, first interview, I gotta tell you everything so you know what you're getting yourself into. The Grotmans raised me like that to say, hey, Kau, lay the cards.
Yeah.
She's ready, she's not. And unfortunately, she wasn't. But knowing what I know now, to answer that is, let's have regular dates. Let's date. Ne?
Yeah.
Let's not get into our sacred spaces as yet. Physically, you sleeping over, us doing, no. Let's date. Let's go out. Let me see how, as much as we don't do rock climbing, for instance, so you tune up for the first time, say too, let's see how pressure looks like for you and how you deal with it. It tells me about you. Activities tell me about you. We go out to different spots to eat if you can afford to do such. Cool. If you can do picnics, let's do picnics. But let's date. Let's watch a movie. Let me see your reactions to things in real time. Ask you about those things. Doesn't have to be a sitting at no. Let me just ask you while we take a walk holding hands, because we enjoy that with each other and get to know each other. And then I'll probe, you'll probe, and I need to be in a position to answer. I must tell you. You know what I mean? Lento yokuthi abantu bayongena relationship bakhulume ukuthi the last guy did this to me as a means to convey what they would like to get from their current.
The current,
That's dumb.
It's whack.
That's whack, bro. Leave them in the past.
It's fine. Sorry.
It's whack. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. Let's talk about the now. I'll read the now from you because I want to listen to you and I want to feel heard. You want to feel heard as well. You know what I mean? We get into it so quickly that when the walls start caving in, I need to get out now. But I can't because I love you. And we've committed to blah, 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 X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? But it's tough now to get out of this thing. You know what I mean? I love you. But is it working? It's not. And now comes in path of highest resistance, where we must have the conversation, the tough one that is going to either make us argue for the first few rounds, kuyothula kancane endlini, or kuyothula espacing sethu, ube mnandi, and then siphinde sibuyele kuyo that same state. But how many tries until we actually start listening to each other?
True.
For you to feel heard, seen, felt. Because y'all want to be seen, heard, and felt, in my opinion. Women think like that. Because Mina, logically, I'll say, ngiyakuzwa. And you're going to say, do you really hear me? I feel like you don't. Because you want me to feel. Young thought?
Yeah.
Teach me how to feel what this thing does to you. You know what I mean? Some people are attracted to the specifics. They want to know. They genuinely do. But you can't hold it over their heads to say you're not doing it. At some point, you just have to say, look, my brother, it hurts. But thank you, please.
With that being said, love is definitely not enough.
Love is definitely not enough. It's definitely not enough. It's kuningi nje.
Yeah, it's wild.
Kuningi nje.
Yeah.
Any self-love yadingeka dog.
Big time.
Ube ready usho ukuthi yabona bethu manje ngifila ngathi ngiready, Catch your L's if you do catch your L's, because some people might not be available, might not be ready for you. But be okay with that. Akusikaningi mfethu umuntu athi I'll actually wait for you. As abangani. Like we together, but how do I put this? You know those things that take time. You say, hello, muntu.
I think it's just like what you just said now, which I really, really love. Let's date.
Let's date.
I think we're missing that part. We're not dating. We're not. We're rushing into things. My therapist is Christian, and
She's Christian, okay.
Yeah. So she makes sure that she mentions to me that, hey, Riri, don't forget that you're not married. And the fact that you're not married means you're not supposed to engage sexually.
In those activities.
Do not. You are not supposed to do that because you're not married. It's a sin. Don't do it. It's okay for you to be seeing a guy. You can see that guy, you go on your dates like you just said, and you spend time together, you talk, and you can love someone and not engage with them in that manner. You can get to know someone and you can actually build something with that person. Something that 2-3 years later, you're going to call me and say, hey, listen, I'm getting married to that individual. But you're going to be getting married to the right person because you allowed yourself to, you allowed yourself to learn that person. You allowed yourself to, build something with that person outside of other activities. And that marriage is going to be successful.
100%.
And I always listen to her and I'm like, B, I understand what you're saying. I'm with you. I hear you. It's just some things society makes it difficult. Some things, like me as an individual, I make it difficult for myself as well because the moment I think, so now if I'm going to tell him that we're not going to do that, is he still going to love me? Is the relationship really going to work? I start questioning a lot of things. And the fact that I'm questioning it means I don't believe in it. The fact that I'm questioning it means I'm not prepared for it. So, like you're saying, self-love matters. So I need to know me. I need to know what I want. I need to know what's going to work for me. And I need to be able to tell the next individual that, hey, this is me. This is what I'm about. If you're in, great. If you're not, that's also okay. And I need to be okay with the fact that a lot of them are going to be against it. Like, a lot of them are going to say, you're crazy. That's insane. Where have you ever heard that? But because I believe it's possible and I've seen it happen and work in so many other relationships, and that's the route I want to take and follow, then I need to be okay with all of that. But let's date, Claire.
Har dating. Kakopo.
That's Jolene.
That is, yo, for real.
That's Jolene, guys. Like, that's Jolene, Claire. Yo, like, asigibeli ibhayisikili and,
yes, sihleke uwe ngikufundise uphinde ubuye ke those are the things, the emotional connections.
Exactly.
Go through all of that so we can suss out our love languages. So we can know what that's about, and eventually everything just comes together. I can see you in a tough situation. I can see you in a situation that makes you absolutely excited. I make a note. I can see when you're stressed. I can see when you're contemplative.
Yeah.
I can feel when you're not okay. I can respect your space when you're not okay. You will signal me in a way that I know how your body works when you're not okay. Those certain things, they're so important in everything. What your faith looks like, all those facets. When we get in not knowing, back to the alcohol bit, umuntu sekabuhlaba ke manje, yabuhlaba heavy, hayibo, sukela nini? You know what I mean? Didn't meet you this way, and now you're realizing it, and now you have to be bold enough to suss it out and say, Buddhas or steri. You know what I mean? Or is this a thing? And you look at if it affects other parts of their lives. If it does, then definitely gotta chill. But now you can't chill for somebody telling you want to have to be able to say, yazi lo mntana lo yangifrostana. Ngiyabona ukuthi lento akayifrostana. Athi ngithi kancane. Athi ngiphume kuyo actually. Uzenzele ngobufuna.
Yeah.
Back to ambition wearing a different cloth. The one that actually sees
things.
And acts on those things. It's very necessary to have.
Yo.
What a process.
What?
It's called Unpacking Mjolo, guys.
Hey, kuningi. We unpacked it and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, dude, like now we have some serious introspection like to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's net datapandile nje yesilungu ivele out the window. let's have those conversations. It's a tough one, but surely love can't be enough.
Yeah.
It's important, but not enough.
Yeah, let's be real about it.
Yeah.
We've unpacked it, and we're really, really grateful for your support and for tuning in. Please do not forget, like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification button.
Yes.
We love you.
And don't forget to share to your friends.
Please.
They have to watch
Plug
Unpacking
them,
Mjolo.
plug them. Plug your people.
Show them love and plug them. This was Unpacking Mjolo. Yeah. Sabonga Bagit. Thank you, please.
I love you.